There are some really great electric cars out there, some better than others, of course. And if you want something that's great, you know what to buy. But if you want something that's great adjacent, you've got other big leaders in the business that you can choose to go with. Yes, you can. And that's why I'm joined this week by Randy Kirk, best-selling author and pretty cool dude, at least based on his shirts. I'm Brian. Welcome to Futurasa. So Randy, you know, there are people who want to buy a good car, but sometimes you just need to buy the Cadillac of cars, which is to say it's really not that great, but it is a car. So let's pretend
confused.
Let's pretend you hate money as more than you hate Elon.
Yeah.
The 10 best electric cars to buy if you don't want to buy a Tesla. Now, this is from The Guardian, and they are this is a Europe focused, more specifically UK focused. So these will be quoted in pounds, but the Dacia Spring from about 20 grand US. What a bit of junk this is. 26.8 kilowatt hour battery, and it's not a piece of junk. It's fine. Claimed range up to 140 miles, but let's look at it. 48-month lease starting from under $200 a month with a do-it signing of, you know, $1,500-1,600.
Yeah.
Now, that's not bad. $200.
Yeah.
I can see people doing that. You probably don't get as many miles as you might want, but
you know, for some people, 140 miles would be plenty.
yes. Well, I meant miles included in the lease.
Oh, I see.
I don't know how many miles per year that gives you.
Yes.
For me, I would go screaming past it because, you know, I drive too much to get to events, to do the coverage I do, to bring you folks.
But if that was your car, you might not drive as much.
I would not. Yeah. Volvo EX30. Now we're looking at a pretty decent car, a pretty car, up to 295 miles of range. Now, mind you, this is WLTP, which is, you know, the would like to pretend range.
Right.
But it was, 48-month lease, $423. So that's like $500 plus a month. Not as attractive to me at that point.
Yes, but it's a Volvo, and I'm a big Volvo fan. So, you know.
Yeah, they are comfortable. They are well appointed.
Yeah.
And they're safe, but I would say really all of these cars are going to be safe. They're EVs.
Yeah.
Best used EV, BMW i3, maybe in Europe where you can get parts a little easier. They didn't sell as many of these in the US. They're very cute. I see them at car shows regularly. Very lightweight. It's I've gotten out at Monroe and Associates. I got to see the torn down chassis of one. And it's carbon fiber. It's an entirely carbon fiber shell.
And cute is in the eye of the beholder. And that one does not impress me in any way, shape, or form. And I even like red and black.
Wow. Kia EV9. It's the best 7-seater out there.
Wow.
Now, I had a chance to see one of these. They're lovely. They're nice. They're also 65,000 pounds. That's like 80 grand.
Okay.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. And since it's a Kia, unless it's made at the plant in North Carolina. So they just opened a new plant. Georgia? It might be Georgia. It would not qualify for any incentives. So that's real tough. Good news, though, you know, over 300 miles of range, which is what you would need it to get. It's fun. I don't know if you've ever seen the frunk puppy competitions where you place your dog in the frunk and take a cute picture, and other people will, sometimes the winner is a cat, because what are cats if not the dogs of Volkswagen ID4s? And I asked if anyone had ever put a gerbil or a hamster in the front of their Kia EV6, because that's about what will fit. I don't recall the frunk on the EV9, but maybe.
As you say all of this, I can't help but be reminded of the old joke about putting your mother-in-law in the trunk.
Yes. Versus your dog. Yes. Hour later, the dog is so happy to see you. The mother-in-law?
Not so.
No, she holds the same opinion of you as before.
Yeah.
Exact same. It's very weird. So we've got the Ioniq 5N. Again, very expensive though. These are fun cars to drive, but unlike Tesla, you have to drive them. Teslas, I'm telling you, going back from autonomy would be a real
Yeah,
pain.
yeah.
Polestar 4, yeah. Are these even out yet? The 4s? I think only the 3 is out in the US. I don't think you can get a 4 just yet.
I thought you were asking, were they out of business yet? That would be AJ has them on his short list of unlikely to continue in business.
I saw AJ does great analysis. I saw a lot of pushback saying you don't understand. They're owned by Geely. They're not going anywhere. Big companies can let their subsidiaries fail. It happens all the time. And I did want to apologize to the folks who I said that I misunderstood that Volvo Commercial Trucking is not part of Geely. Volvo Commercial Trucking was kept separate from that transaction.
Okay.
So thank you to everyone in the comments who corrected me. If you have more comments, corrections here, by all means, post them. Hopefully they're not all just getting very specific on my ballpark estimates on currency exchange. But if I'm off by a good margin, by all means, set me straight.
Yeah, and don't correct me. I get enough of that on my own channel.
Yeah, but you don't read the comments on my channel, so correct him. He needs it. Volkswagen ID.7. Boy, they've got the most clever nomenclature for cars.
Yeah.
Where do they come up with these? Okay, guys, I got it. You ready for the next model? Yeah, let's hear it. ID.8.
Well, what about IE8?
IE8?
Yeah.
Boy, that really rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
So, there are other cars out there. The i7, I guess, boy, that is not a contemporary looking design. Did you was there a special on chrome? So I guess it's fine.
Beamer, you really think has to be it, How can it not be?
Well, it is the ultimate driving machine.
Yes.
But I don't wish to drive. I wish to be driven.
Yeah.
Renault Scenic E-Tech for best family-friendly EV.
That's not even a US.
No.
They don't ship them here. Yeah.
No. And that's adorable. The 5 E-Tech, price to be announced. Yeah. Well, let's avoid science fiction if we could. But I don't know if you know, there are some real leaders in the US. Let's start with this one. This is Sawyer Merritt posting out GM CEO Mary Barra. In new interview, our workforce is quite young. They're joining because they want to be part of a company that is going to change and lead in the move to electric vehicles. Believe everything you read, I guess.
Can the legacy car makers move fast enough?
I believe yes. I absolutely believe yes, we can. And I think yes, we are. Our workforce is quite young. Most of our technical talent has been with the company less than 5 years. And so I would say for about 40%, they're joining because they want to be part of a company that is going to change and lead in the move to electric vehicles.
So too soon to ask you about your legacy is what I'm hearing.
Well, I think legacy is what someone else writes. I mean, I hope everybody knows I love this company. I believe in the team.
Barra is GM's second longest serving CEO.
I was going to stop it there because, of course, she loves it. Do you understand how much cash they have buried her under? It is a pile that is prohibitive to even imagine. Her compensation plan for this year is, we'll give you $55 million if you hit a certain level of deliveries, which is less than last year. Wow. Hey, Randy, you got a B- last year. If you get on your last test, if you get a C+ on this one, I'll give you $100.
Yeah. Well, she did mention something about her tech employees only being there 4 or 5 years. I guess you could see that 2 different ways. You could see.
I saw it. I saw it one way. I saw it one way as, oh no, they're all brand new.
They're all leaving.
That too, but if everyone is brand new, that rarely works out well. It worked out well at Tesla because they were all brand new to Tesla, not the industry, certainly.
Well,
and is she?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, is she saying that they're young because they're young to the company, or does she not understand how time works? At this point, I would, if you added that to the list of things Mary Barra doesn't understand, I don't even think you'd notice it on the list.
So when Elon talks about the difference of the employees at Tesla, he doesn't talk about time on the job. What he talks about is that they are the number one employees available in the country because they had, what was it, 2 million applications last year for 20,000 jobs or something.
Yeah. It's easier to win a small jackpot in a lottery than it is to get hired there. So that's worth noticing. Then we've got GM's. This is an article about the full-length interview. CEO on electric vehicles. This is one of the most exciting times in our industry. And I would put a little asterisk and say, unless you're GM.
Yeah, right. Well,
because,
she's actually the stock has not done anything under her tutelage until recently. So it's actually had a pretty good year or so. But not sure.
Yeah, they bought back $10 billion in shares.
Yes. So they are, they have cash flow and they are, the profits are okay. But I don't know about their long term. That's what I'd be worried about.
It's unfortunate, but I don't buy it all. I've been asked many times, why is she still there? She clearly doesn't know what she's doing. And the answer I give is, she's doing what the board of directors wants her to do.
Yeah.
That's her whole job. Yeah, the soon to be released Cadillac Escalade IQ.
IQ.
Yeah. And it might even be a triple digit IQ. Maybe. Starting at around 130 with a range of at least 460 miles per charge, and includes features like the semi-autonomous Super Cruise, which allows hands-free driving on many roads. But you can see in this picture, it is a proper full-size SUV.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of money. And yeah, it's, I don't know. Leadership, Randy. Is this where it is? Have we found it?
I did see a headline yesterday. I didn't spend a lot of time reading it because I don't really care that much about the competition. But the headline was to the effect that GM is pretty much going to be a U.S. only company at this point. They just don't have.
How can you sell internationally if you're not making vehicles of the drivetrain that is mandatory in those markets?
Yeah. So they're slowly but
It's-
surely 100% U.S. sales. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to make it real tough. Oh, well, I thank you for joining me while we examined what real leadership is. And by the way, how is she still getting high on her own supply? Do you actually believe that you're leading, Mary? Because maybe I only read the quote on paper. Maybe I misunderstood, and what she meant is that Elon Gold and Mary led. But I think I got something missing here because it doesn't make sense. Guys, in the comments, what did we miss? What did we misunderstand? I am finishing up my trip here in Ocala, Florida, where we just had the absolutely magnificent Cyberfest with 100 plus Cybertrucks out here, 78 of them in the light show. And I'm only able to do that thanks to my supporters on Patreon, my channel members on YouTube, my subscribers on X. You are the reason this channel is able to keep going and do so strongly. And it's how I'm able to attract the caliber of guests like Mr. Randy Kirk, best-selling author and bicycle enthusiast. So everybody else, like, subscribe, stay tuned and juicy, and I cannot wait to hear from you clever robots on the Flippity Flop.